Rearranging the coils on the IF Superhet receiver. Good morning, YouTube. It's Sunday at 11:42. My video on the coils that I did yesterday will be up and running here in about 19, 20, something like 20 minutes, whatever it is. Noon is when it's supposed to come on. And since I did it, I have decided to revisit the whole thing. For one thing, this was too close to the edge where it was at there. Let's see. I only have one little row of, and I have two wires at least that has to come in there, and I think I need a little bit more space there. So what I'm going to do here first is move this over about here is where I want to put it. And I think that will make it closer to the capacitor and some other stuff, and I think that will be better. I think that's what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do that first. And then I'm thinking about moving the IF coils as well. Let me show you what my thought process is here. Looking at the schematic, the way they're laid out here, they're laid out going up. And you can see they, go all the way up. And I think that was partly done, to make it easier to connect the transistors here. You have the base coming in here, and the collector goes out there, and that's up. And I think that might be a better deal than what I was doing. I had the same principle, but I was going the wrong way. That would be like the base going into the emitter and going down that way. So I think I may do that as well. These, luckily, these are easy to change. They're not hard at all. I mean, it didn't take me long to do that at all. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably leave that one in the same spot and just go up with that one and down with that one, I think, is what I'm going to do it. Let me see what I can come up with here, and I'll show you, bring you back and show you what I come up with. Alright, now it's 12 minutes after 12 on this same Sunday. I have repositioned everything like I want it. I think it's pretty good shape, in pretty good shape now. I'm going to take you up the top here and show you how it looks like looking down straight at it. And you can see I have a little bit more room up here. Now the only problem I have is here is I'm right on the edge of this, but if you look at the schematic, you can see that this comes off of this bottom leg and goes into these diodes here. Now those diodes there can go down this way as easily as they go out that way. That's not a problem. I have plenty of room down in here. So, and the top one is a ground connection that can connect to the same place that the case ground is. Ground is ground, doesn't matter where, as long as it's all hooked together. But and that's how that's going to work. Now the V battery terminal here can also be down here. It's not a big deal. I can run a wire from here to there. It's not a big deal. So I like that better. Like I said, I've got more room in this area here. I've got my transistors can go here and one here, or even here. I could put it here. There's plenty of room either place. But like I said, I just think that's a better setup to get everything in there. And this is all in now. And we'll look at the back side here. And you can see this is the IF here. And there's the first, second, and the third. Or I said the IF. The oscillator here. First, second, and third IFs. And my things come out for the capacitor. They will be soldered again to the ground lug, or to the lugs there, and that's the way they'll connect. Now the antenna will still go the same place, and the leads are long enough to come over to solder where it needs to solder to. So I think I kind of like that better. I really do. And so I think we're going to go with that. And probably the next step I'm going to do here is probably going to start at the beginning, and that's usually the best place to start. Let me turn this way a little bit here. Basically, I'm going to wire in the oscillator first and do that wiring for it and get that all hooked up to the capacitor, tuning capacitor, and to ground wherever it needs to go. And like I said, you have a 1K. Now all my resistors are going to stand up vertically. It's just going to make it easier to do. So I'm going to do that. And then next we'll go for this one. These circuits, I don't know if you've noticed that on this schematic, but these circuits are virtually identical on each of these IFs. You have on the number one leg of the transformer comes over to the battery connection and 10 nanofarad to ground. Same thing on this one, 10 nanofarad to ground, and believe it or not, same thing on this one. Just 3 stages, identical stages basically, and that makes it easier to do. And of course the transistors are the same way. You have a 1K and a 150 nanofarad across it on each stage. So all that is pretty much the same. It should be an easy setup to wire and everything, and I'm hoping it will be. Obviously the 2N3904s are plentiful. Those are easy to find. I've got plenty of them actually here, and I may order some more of them because I don't want to run low, because those are common transistors. Now the 1N914s are a little bit harder to find, and I've got 1N4148s, which are virtually the same diode, and so that's what we're going to go with, is those. And everything else is same thing on this one here. The same diodes are used there. It's really an easy circuit to build, I think. I have a 12 nanofarad here, no 10 nanofarad here, and a 1 microfarad electrolytic here. So you know it's another 1K there. It's pretty easy to do. Like I said, it should be anyway, and we're hoping it will be. And I hope it just it produces results, is what I'm hoping. So that's what we're going to go with. And like I said, I'm really happy about the way it's coming out so far. This has worked out really well. Just like Bob was talking about, he said now if I talked to him about changing this around, he said now's the time to change it, because once you get it soldered in, it's a lot harder. And so I kind of like that. Like it a lot. So that's what we're going to do. And that's the way it's going to be. So I don't know that I'll come back with any more today. This is Father's Day after all. But I'm doing exactly what I wanted to on Father's Day. So you know, that's not bad. This may be work to some people, but this is a pure enjoyment to me, and I just love playing around with this stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. So if this is not very long, I may go ahead and add some more to it and find some transistors to add and go from there. So we'll be back in a little bit, or not.